Hello and welcome back to another video. So before I start today's video, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who left such nice comments on my last video and all the well wishes with the tractor. Thank you so much. I'm delighted people are impressed with it and I am delighted with it myself. So thank you so much for that. Another thing I want to say is I have big news today. Not as big as the tractor news, don't get too excited. But in my last video I mentioned about the limousines getting an R and an R plus grade when they went to the factory. However, we have since gotten the report back and the heifer was actually a U minus. So that is our first ever U grade animal on this farm. So myself and Dad are absolutely delighted with that. And here was me saying, oh, she's not a great animal. That'll tell you how much we know here now. But yeah, look, her fat probably could have been a bit higher as well. So maybe we could have fed her on for another bit. She was a 3 minus in the fat. So she was a U minus, 3 minus. So maybe we should have kept her on for another bit, not sure. But look, to be honest, we're very happy. It's all an extra few bob. It's not a massive difference between an R plus and a U minus, but it's more the achievement, I think, of having a U grade animal. So I said to Dad, now we need to go for the U plus next time, and he said you're into calving difficulty there, he thinks. So we'll see. Look, it'd be great if we could get another few now down through the years, but really happy with that one anyway. But anyway, in today's video, not sure how much I'm going to cover because I cannot express how much I have to do. The weather has been brutal, and I mean absolutely brutal. It has rained and rained and rained and rained here. So I think in my last video I mentioned that I was going to get topping in the evenings after work. Not a hope, not a hope. Even the 135 would have sunk in the fields. We've had a really good dry day yesterday with a lot of drying, a lot of wind. You can see today is really windy as well. So my plan is, you can see the 135 is there with the topper on the back of it. I'm going to top the place that the cattle came out of last. I'm going to have to leave the other place around the lake because, to be honest, there's been a little bit of growth there and I'll leave it off. It's early in the season anyway. I'll just top it the next time. So that kind of messed up my plans a bit, but I will do the other place because we want to get slurry down there. So I think it'll be good just to top the rushes and top those, what do I call those again? Oh, those water lily looking things, whatever they are. Anyway, it'll be good to top those before the slurry goes out, and hopefully it'll give the grass a better chance and try and kill off a bit of that stuff. So I will do there. Then you'll probably see I have 6 bags of urea in the loader there. So Rob took those out of the car for me. I did 2 trips, I didn't do 1 trip in the car for 6 bags. But my plan now is to use the loader to just lift it up to the right height and give it a bit of a tip into the spreader. So it'll be an experiment. You can see how good or bad that goes for me anyway. But that'll be the next job. And then I also need to get the muck spreading done. Now, I won't get all of that done in a day, not a hope, but maybe over the next 2 days. But I'll see how we're going. We are fast running out of grass. Fast running out of grass. So by the time they're going to be let out after testing, don't know where we're going to put them, to be honest. Probably up to the bog, just because there's a lot of ground up there, so they'll get a bit of time out of it. But yeah, that cold spell didn't help, and there's been pretty much no sun. So look, we'll see how we go. We'll get the urea out. That will definitely kickstart things a bit, and it's always the same. We'll be tight for a few weeks and then it'll just start to come again. But look, that's the price you pay for getting them out so early. We could have left them in. We have plenty of bales, thankfully. I think we've 46 bales left now. These guys are only going through about a bale every 4 days. So yeah, we've plenty of bales, but look, it's better to have them out, they're healthier out. You'll see the girls there behind me licking up the ground. They are on their soya meal, so they're getting their 1 kg of soya meal now because Norma is due to calve in 2 weeks and Snowflake will be close behind her. So they'll lick that off the ground there. I'll push it into them another little bit. They're also getting their pre-calving minerals, as is Michelle down here. The other two can be nearly getting it soon as well, because Little Red will be close behind her. But anyway, I will stop the yapping once again and I'm going to get going with the topping. It's to be dry all day today, but it is cold and windy and just dull and grey, but that's fine. It's perfect for the urea. So yeah, I'll feed these two a bit more, get going on the topping, and we'll see what we can record. Well, that's the end of topping. It's too wet still, which is so annoying. Behind me there, it doesn't look too bad, but on the other side of the field, I got caught, or I didn't get caught, but I nearly got caught twice. So it's just not worth it, and I dug up the ground as well. Dad's gonna kill me. So not worth it. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to get it topped before the slurry went on it, but I mean, you can probably see behind me there's no thick rushes because I actually topped this late last year, so they're not thick rushes anyway. But I just thought if I could nip them now and then get the slurry on them, it might make a good job of them. But not to worry. I did not realise it was that wet. So yeah, we'll get the spreader on and we'll do the higher ground anyway, the bog in the higher ground. That should be fine up there, and we'll do a bit behind the lake. Other than that, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to get into other fields, but look, we'll see how we get on with it anyway. I'm a bit disappointed by this now, but sure, look, it's not the end of the world. So yeah, we'll get on to the spreading instead, and we'll chance that. Now I'm going down to the cattle, so I said I might as well show you the mess I made there. So that is a bad section. It's not overly deep, but it's just, it looks awful. And we have some more marks here, around here, and down in the corners where I really thought I was stuck and was going to have to be pulled out, but thankfully not. Here then I thought I'd just go over and back on the rushes and it'd be grand, but it was still marking, so I just gave up. But yeah, that's a pity now. I am a bit disappointed, but sure, look, what can I do? Right, we'll go down and I'll have a look at the cattle before I spread that fertiliser. Now, this is what I like to see. Oh, the young ones are lying down. Big Black and Debbie are up alright, but they only got up when they saw me coming, but that is a good sign. They're all happy out. They must have full bellies, because usually at least my sheehan would be up looking for rubs or whatever. But yeah, that's great to see now. Now, ignore the hair, please. That worked out really well. I had planned to do it slightly differently, but to be honest, I totally chickened out then and just did it that way. So it was perfect because it's just the right height, able to slide it, cut it, and tip the rest of the bag. So you might be wondering, why didn't you just get a ton bag since you have the loader? But just when we're only doing the grazing ground now, I'll go with the bags. When it comes to doing the silage ground, we'll get a big bag of it, and hopefully I won't spill it all over the place like I did with the nuts that time, but that worked out really well for me. It's now almost 1 o'clock. I have barely done a tap of work today, but Mom has invited me up for a pork chop dinner there, so I do not pass up such offers. So I'm gonna just park the tractor in here for half an hour, go up, have that, and hopefully I'll see when I'm above spreading the fertilizer. So we'll take it from there then. Now I am up here after my big feed. Do you know what? There's a bit of grass coming, which I am happy to see because it was very slow. But I'll give you a look there in a while. The difference between where the slurry was spread and then where it wasn't in the boggy part, there's just such a difference. The colour is just unbelievable when you see the two side by side. But yeah, look, hopefully now with this out, and if we can delay the cows coming up here, or the yearlings and things coming up here for a couple of weeks, I think that would probably be the best thing to do. Probably looks like we're going to have to supplement with silage down in the lower fields, which look is fine. If we have to do it, we have to do it, and a couple of weeks now might do this place good, depending on the weather. If we get another cold belt of it, it won't be much good, but look, hopefully we get a bit of this out now, and it'll make all the difference. I have my GPS here ready to go as well. When I haven't, oh god, it is so windy. When I haven't spread for a while now, the GPS is really going to show me up, but I'll give you a look at it anyway, whether it's good or bad. I have my timbers here for my very sophisticated recording setup that I'm going to be using. I knew it would be absolutely wild up here, so I brought these just to hopefully stabilise the tripod a bit. So I'm going to, oh gosh, can you see that? I'd say that might be from last year. I did wash it, but it looks like I didn't do a very good job washing it. We won't be telling Dad about that anyway. Looks like, you know, it did get wet, but I didn't wash it off very well, which is really, really bad for the spreader. So I need to cop on and do that a bit better now after this run of it. But we're going half a bag to the acre, or hopefully. This spreader, the setting keeps moving, which is very frustrating because I'll do a row, then I'll have to get out, check it that it hasn't moved, which it just takes so much time and effort. But I'm going to have to do that because it just ends up firing it out by the time I'm coming towards the end of it. The dial just keeps moving. I don't know, maybe we'll see if we can tighten it up or get a replacement or something. I'm not sure, to be honest, but the plan is about half a bag to the acre. Again, when the beads are different, it's very hard to tell which setting to put it at, so I might do a bit of fiddling for the first run over and back. I've decided to go this way instead of this way today. I don't know why, but something is telling me I'll do a better job if I go across the field rather than up and down. But sure, look, we'll see how we go. I'll have the GPS to hopefully keep me some bit on track anyway. But yeah, I'll put the setting to what I think it should be, and I'll get belting a bit of this out and hopefully get some grass moving. Now that's up here done. Rough enough job. I'll show you there now in a second what the GPS looks like, or at least this section anyway, but it's kind of awkward in here anyway because I am trying to work around all the rushes there, because there's no point in putting it in there. I did choose to take a shortcut through there at one point, and yeah, would not recommend. Almost got stuck again, but in fairness, you can probably see there behind me, there's no marking done at all. Just a few small tracks and things, but there's no damage to the ground done, which is great. But you would expect that higher up here, apart from in the rushy part. So yeah, I've covered 3.72 acres there, and pretty much the 2 bags gone. There's just a small little bit in the bottom of it, and do you know what? I went over a couple of places where there'd be good clear ground, and I said I'd give it a little bit more, so I'll take away that bit with me and spread it down below. So yeah, we do have plans for this field now this year, but I'll talk more about that closer to the time. But yeah, we're going to try and improve this part anyway, hopefully get rid of the boggy part. But I will just show you the screen here now in front of me. And again, thanks to Gypsy Technologies for sending this out to me last year. It was great, but I kind of got it later in the season, so it's good now to get it early. Hopefully I'll be a bit better at it by the time it comes to the silage ground, but and I won't be making as many mistakes. But I'll show you that. I'll head down, put another 2 bags in, get in around by the lake. Fingers crossed, we'll see how that goes. It could be a bit wet down there, but we'll try anyway and see how we get on. Now that's it. That's not the worst. That's pretty good, but like you will see now, it gets a little bit worse as I go around. But all that bit in the middle there, that's the bog that I was going around, so it is, in my defense, it is quite awkward to do it. But look, overall I'm quite happy. I've a few small patches missed, but overall I got everything. I did do a bit of overlapping, but look, that's fine because I wasn't exactly lashing it out when I'm only doing half a bag to the acre. It's grand to do a little bit of overlapping. Is it. I have the cows looking at me now, wondering what I'm at. You can still see the bag there in the loader. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wash this out, throw that bag in here, and I think leave the spreader on this, and that'll be me done. So look, not the day I wanted, although if I was topping, I'd say I'd be out until dark with the fertilizer then, but that's the joys of farming. It never goes as planned, but I do need to do the muck spreading. But again, the place where I want to spread it, I couldn't go in that gate. I had to come in a gate off the main road, so that's not going to happen tomorrow either, I don't think. So look, I'll leave this video here. Hopefully I'll get some muck spreading done in probably the next week or two, we'll say. But yeah, testing will be the priority now next week, so fingers crossed we'll get the all clear and we'll be out of that nightmare. But look, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, so I'll leave it there. Thanks again for watching. If you liked it, give me a like, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Thank you.